We like old adverts.
Hello everyone and welcome to We Like Old Adverts, the channel where we pick the wackiest, the weirdest, the stupidest adverts for your viewing pleasure. I'm Joe, I'm joined as ever by Jim and Connell, and this week we are the luckiest boys in Old Toy Town to have with us Robbie Knox. Look at
Hey, it's me.
Hello friend, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours, absolutely. What's your relationship with old adverts? Are you into them?
Yeah, I've like many old adverts. I'm going to spoil the advert I've chosen, but I liked the Shake and Vac adverts in the past.
Classic.
I liked Tango adverts. I liked the one that Bob Hoskins did for BT.
It's good to talk.
Yeah.
There's lots of good adverts, but you know this because you're the experts.
It's like you've been raised by some of these adverts, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was just thinking the other day, I don't know any new adverts because no one sees adverts anymore, do they?
Yeah. We're not as interested in, we don't like new adverts, we like old adverts.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it says on the tin.
There we go.
So the first one we're going to look at is the one you brought in for us today, Robbie. Talk us through it a little bit. What is it?
So I used to, it's Sky Sports when the Premier League launched in 1992. I believe it's got a name, a whole new ball game or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was the Alive and Kicking one, is what everyone sort of knows it as. And it was from a time when, like, you could get more than one football in one place for less than £1 billion, and they turn up. And it was a weird time before, as football was just changing with all the Premier League money and all that. But yeah, very much a place in history. Yeah.
Magic. Right, let's take a look.
You turned me on. You lit me up like the sweetest cup I've What's it gonna take to make a dream survive? To calm a storm inside. Who's gonna save you? Alive and kicking. Stay until your love is. Alive and kicking. Stay until your love is. Until your love is alive.
Straight away through. This is a good run from the youngster. Oh, they might win it now. Oh, Thomas has got away this time. Nicky Thomas is in it.
It's important that we get that ball back as soon as we can.
Oh, yes! That's a screamer.
Let's go and win it. All the very best, boys.
The FA Premier League, live, only on Sky. It's a whole new ballgame.
It's like an advert for the year 1992, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very specifically of that time, isn't it? From the phones to things like that, yeah.
It starts off black and white, and then like the dawn of a new age. You didn't invent colours, Sky. They were always there.
But it does. This reminds me of being a kid and basically Sky meaning, oh, you can't really see the football anymore because you haven't got Sky. And it still feels sort of quite elitist to me. I still get that feeling of like, it's all just out of reach, you know, like, oh, I won't be able to watch John Walk. You know,
John Walk got everything, didn't he? Escape to victory.
Escape to victory, yeah. That bit where John Walk's doing, I don't know what that one's called, that exercise.
Peck something? Maybe? Peck deck?
Look at us.
Yeah.
Four like beta males grasping for the
front bit stretch.
Weight move.
Weight move. When they're all doing the weight move. I mean, I don't go to the gym. Nature's my gym. But John Walk's one. It made me think that the three guys doing that are in their 20s. They look like washed up wrestlers.
They do, yeah. They look very hungover to me, all of them.
They do look hungover.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit in it where presumably this isn't the actual footballers for insurance reasons even then, where there's a lot of people really tentatively running up a flight of marble stairs in studs. Like, there must have been so many accidents with them doing that. They look so frightened.
I worked at Soccer AM at Sky Sports for years. That's not why I picked the advert. It's not some contractual thing.
But
But I remember when we were there, we wanted to do a phone call with, I think it was Steve Nicol, who was managing out in the MLS, and it was showing the difference between like a different sort of league, and I guess is what it was like then. And I remember us phoning up the press office and saying, "Oh, that and Steve Nicol was the manager. We said, look, is there any chance we could speak to Steve Nicol from this TV show in Britain on a Saturday morning? Any chance we could speak to the manager for 5 minutes?" But yeah, I'm sure he won't mind. Here's his cell phone number. Just give him a ring. And ask him. Oh, okay. I thought that might be a bit more complex.
You get the Eric Cantona number.
The thought of now just going up, can we speak to Jürgen Klopp? I go, yeah, here's his number. Just ask him. I'm sure
Wow.
Yeah. I have to say, one of my highlights of this advert is the timing of David Seaman making a save in his back garden right on the beat of the Simple Minds song. It's just very well executed.
He makes a save when he doesn't need to. That kid he's Roberto Baggio'd it, and David Seaman has brought that ball back into play. And when you've got players like Darren Anderton sniffing about, okay.
Absolutely. The other thing from that is I was led to believe that football was a moneyless wasteland until 1992. David Seaman's house is better than I imagined David Seaman's house to be now.
Yeah. I used to idolise him, and I had a goalkeeper shirt with Seaman printed on the back of it. But I grew up in Essex, and I learned the hard way that was naive, naive to not expect heckle.
Having not seen that advert for a while as well, there's a lot of players that I sort of don't remember them looking like that. Like, is it Anders Limpar? I never remember looking like he was in Wham.
Yeah, I liked all those bits at home with like George Michael and Freddie Mercury and stuff. They were my best bits.
Yeah,
they were great.
I got it.
That water splash.
I've only just realised that was Anders Limpar. So that takes me back.
I like Bruce Grobbelaar does your trick with the ball.
Yeah.
But then someone paid him to stop doing it, so he dropped it.
Gordon Strachan just still looking like about 50.
And not understanding how trainers work.
Yeah. Zoinks! Really baffled by trainers. What are these? They'll be rubbish to walk up marble steps.
What's this foreign muck? He's effectively saying there, isn't he? I love it.
The man only really needs 2 pairs of shoes, and that's football boots and brogues. That's what he needs.
Football boots and going out boots.
Yeah. Is it a whole new ball game?
I think
Quidditch is a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
I think credit where it's due, the Premier League has transformed itself pretty well. It's a strong brand these days.
It's a whole new brand, I'll give it that. But yeah.
My highlight of this video, of this advert, has to be the header at the end, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
That is the 90s cherry on the top.
Yeah.
How do they even get that high? And what a 90s depiction of a dawn.
It does feel a bit like the Band-Aid of football videos. They all get together and they have a laugh, and he holds a brush a bit
The
close
logistics of it must have been a nightmare to do. Let's have a little applause for whoever's production managing that. Very well done getting everyone there.
Yeah, but Bono still has the best line in it, so yeah, well done.
Simple Minds really are just like U2 Scotland branch, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Amazing how much it sounds like them.
The other good thing about that is at the end of it is when they flash through all the different badges as well, and you forget how much better some teams' badges. Sheffield Wednesday's badge, but it was just the outline of that owl. That is much better than Sheffield Wednesday's badge now, or any other badge now.
Design classic.
Yeah, there's no words on it. It's just like a drawing of an owl.
Yeah, and that can only be them.
Yeah.
The football club founded on a Wednesday, represented by an owl. Football's weird. Football's really weird.
And to move on to our last advert, it's one we've brought for Robbie's viewing pleasure. We hope you enjoy it. It is strange.
Why do you think your mommy or daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth? Let's find out.
Hi, kids. Why are we on television anyway? We're here to tell a little story about why you shouldn't put things into your mouth when you don't know what they are.
and why you should never take anything a stranger tries to give you.
Why not?
Because if you ate somebody else's medicine, some bad food, or some poison, you could get very sick.
Ugh, I don't want to be sick.
And that's why before you eat anything, you should always ask someone you love if it's okay.
Okay, I love you. Can I eat the guitar?
No,
Oh.
but you can help me sing a song about eating things that don't belong inside you.
Okay, I wasn't really hungry anyway. Well, wait, maybe a little bit.
Okay, everybody, if you see something that you want to eat, before you do anything, remember this song.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face.
Though it might look good to eat,
Though it might look good to eat.
and it might look good to taste,
And it might look good to taste.
you could get sick.
Ick.
Real quick.
Ick.
Real sick.
Real ick. Don't you put it in your mouth. Till you ask someone you love. That's right, sis. If it's okay to eat.
If it's okay to eat,
Like a muffin or a beet.
Like a muffin or a beet.
if you don't know just what it is,
Remember, boys and girls.
don't put it in your mouth.
Hey, what am I doing? I don't even like beets.
Then don't put it in your mouth. Bye-bye, everyone.
Remember, boys and girls, never take anything from a stranger and don't put things in your mouth when you don't know what they are. If you eat somebody else's medicine or some bad food or some poison, you could get very sick. Always ask someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
Boy, oh
Wow.
boy.
I
There's
mean,
a lot to unpack there, isn't there?
yeah, it's sound advice, really, isn't it?
Quite. I mean, don't
Body
let it be
poison.
said that us on this channel would use a well-meaning children's public service announcement for cheap laughs, but oh my God, what a line. Ask someone you love before you put something in your mouth. They must have known.
Also, I'm not quite sure what's happened to get this advert commissioned. Because if they were just saying, like, don't eat things without checking what they are, like poison berries, I'd go, all right, fair enough. But there was a really big emphasis on people they don't know giving you food. was there a massive issue with, like, kids getting drugged? And
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like you could have just said to kids, hey, make sure you don't eat things that your parents haven't told you can, rather than bringing in this sinister child abduction poisoning thing.
Also, the beats thing. I like the beat is quite well to do. Hello, I'm the beat, and I'm singing now. But he, like, the weird little puppet monster things, when she says that she doesn't like beets, he's like, well, just don't put it in your mouth then. It's like, hang on.
That's
You
not how
saying
it works.
Don't eat vegetables if you don't like them. Because that seems like a confused message for kids.
Well, I honestly thought it was parody. I kept thinking this must be a sketch. And then they pulled out that old lion out of the time capsule in a garden in Chernobyl.
Yeah.
And I
He's
love
like leaning over, and he like,
yeah, kind of. I mean, he's telling kids not to put things in the mouth, and he says if you eat someone else's medicine, bad food, or poison, you might get sick. I think the last one's a given, Mufasa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't eat poison. Well, yeah. It's like saying don't jump onto spikes. I know.
The lion definitely did have a vibe of that, like it was an old washed-up acting lion that that probably only has a few weeks to live.
This is his last wish.
Yeah.
Family.
Eat poison
So
like
it's come
I
out,
did.
even though it really shouldn't do it.
But the whole, I think, because the advert's so confusing, they've tried to save it in the edit because like, it's quite long, and then there's this like puppet menagerie that you're apparently supposed to know that come from nowhere, and it's like the director's gone, let's get the lion to do a really quick version of the entire point of the advert at the end, just for safety, just in case none of this makes sense, because from where I'm sitting, none of this makes sense.
Have you seen the lip sync job with the lion at the end? Don't. Kids, whatever you do, don't be putting things in your mouth.
Anything from a stranger and don't put things in your mouth.
Mate, you've got one job, and it's your last job, clearly. Oh, man.
the way that they look, that like every single puppet in it, the way that they look is kind of an example to me of why you should pay Jim Henson exactly the amount that he wants, because go to an outside source and you'll get that. Oh,
Yeah.
what's this? Oh, it's like Elmo. It's just like Elmo.
Looks
No,
like
it's
it's been
not.
dragged out of a fire, mate.
We've got the ideas of Jim Henson, but the budget of getting a lion on its way to Dignitas.
You have to make a lion look like it's dying. Do you know what I mean? A puppet lion. You have to make it look washed up. It's a bizarre aesthetic decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I eat the
Kept under
guitar?
someone's bed for too long.
Say that again, sorry.
No, it wasn't funny. Go on.
Yeah. It's just
Right,
can I eat the guitar? It's like, it's a ukulele, mate. If you're getting this wrong, you know, where did it end?
I don't think she gets it by the end of the video, personally.
Yeah.
I think she's definitely going to eat whatever the local child molester gives her to drug her. I think is what has happened here. It seems like a very local advert. It seems like it was an advert made in an area where someone, possibly someone they couldn't arrest, like the mayor or someone, had a history of abducting children. And they didn't want to cause a scene, but they also wanted to say, like, kids, stay away from the mayor without saying it. And so they had to bring out this...
offering you beats.
Yeah.
With a ukulele.
I mean, I wouldn't show my 5-year-old this malarial hallucination of a video. You know, the night terrors that the female little puppet, there's a scene where she's right up against the screen and it's so badly lit that she's talking about eating poison. I mean...
Demonic eyebrows as well.
It's mostly animals, and then one little vegetable thing at the bottom, a brown thing. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, there's very little
Is that a beet?
consistency. There's very little consistency of sentience. You know, why is the ukulele an object, but the beet isn't? It's weird.
Yeah.
They're even talking about eating the beet as well. Like, well, it's there.
Yeah, to its face.
Like, I just wait till it leaves the room before we discuss how you're going to eat it.
Oh God.
What are you saying, Con?
No.
Thank you very much for watching We Like Old Adverts. I've been Joe, as ever, joined by Jim and Connell. And Robbie, thank you so much, mate.
Thank you for having me. It's been the best day of my life.
And where can people find you, Robbie Knox?
Physically, I'm in my house in Kent, but if they mean virtually, on YouTube, I've got a YouTube channel that's moderately popular, but I don't want to oversell it because it could be disappointing.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Expectation management.
Excellent stuff. So if you want to find Robbie, Kent is where you need to go to. All right. Well, you can please, by all means, sign up to us on, you subscribe on YouTube, leave a comment below, like us on Facebook, all the rest. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Remember, don't put it in your mouth. Don't put it in your mouth.